Articles. Oh, articles. Oh. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to use them, okay? Just relax, okay? Calm down. All right, now let's get to it. A, an, the, and no article. Today, I'm going to tell you how to use these in a very simple way. Let's start with the first one. A and an. General knowledge. We use a and an with singular countable nouns. Singular, I mean one. Countable, I mean things we can count, like 1, 2, 3, and so on. Nouns, I mean the names of things, animal, places, people. That's it. All right, and we use an when the noun starts with a vowel letter. A, E, I, O, U. Can you repeat that? A, E, I, O, U. Wow, that's very funny. A, E, I, O, U. All right. Okay. And we also use it with the sound, with the vowel sounds, which is a, e, o, u. So when you hear those sounds, or when the nouns start with those sounds, we also use n. Others, we use a. Simple. And now to the very first use. We use a and n when we talk about things for the first time. For example, I saw a big man yesterday. Which big man? You don't know. Oh, I think I am the only person who knows. Yeah, that's true. Okay, no, don't. But the fact is, it just can be any big man. Okay? Now to the second use. We use a and an to say what something is or what somebody does. For example, it is a pen. That's what it is. Another example, I am a teacher. That's who I am. Simple. Now we go to the third use. We also use a and an in exclamations. Exclamations, I mean sentences like this. What a beautiful house. What a small dog. That's it. And now let's move to the fourth way of using a and an. We use a and an in expressions of frequency. Frequency is the number of times something happened. For example, I do my homework once a year. Are you serious? Okay, it was just an example. The second one, I go to the gym twice a week. So we also use a and an in exclamations like those I have just told you. Now to the next one, there. This is a very interesting article. But let's see, how do we use it? Number one, we use it to talk about something that we have already said. For example, do you remember? I told you that I saw a big man yesterday. Just quoting what I said. I saw a big man yesterday. If I want to tell you about that man, I would say, oh, the man was drinking. The man. So now you know the man I'm talking about, that big man that I told you about. So that's it. And now to the second use. We use the when there's only one of something. For example, the moon. So No one would ask you which moon. There's just one. Just one. One. Okay. And that's it. Or for example, the sun. Just one. I wish we had two. I'm just joking. All right. And now let's get to the third way that we use there. We use there when the person knows what you're talking about. For example, imagine a husband coming back home and meeting his wife and saying, "Hello, darling, where are the children?" She won't say, "Which children?" That's strange. Their children. My children. All right, good, exactly. So that's it. The fourth use of there. We also use there when we talk about places in a town or city. So when we talk about towns, sometimes we just have maybe one cinema, maybe one theater. So it's now in the English language to normally use there when you are in a town, or maybe city, when you talk about the cinema or maybe the theater, some places, all right? Especially if it is just one, okay? Everyone knows it. So that's it. So I'm going to the theater. And he understands what I'm talking about. That's it. And now to the fifth use. We use there with superlative. Superlative, we talk about the highest level of comparison, right? So that's it. So he is the tallest boy in the class. The tallest. Just one. So one and only. All right, good. Okay, so that's it. Now to the last one. No article. Yeah, you might feel that this is going to be the simplest, but really it's simple, all right? Good. So now, how do we use these? We don't use an article when we're talking in general with plurals and uncountable nouns. Remember, I said countable things we can count. Now we have uncountable things we cannot count, all right? For example, rise, okay, and other things, right? Good. You can write them in the comment, all right? You can help me out there. Good. For example, I love apples. Apples in general, like anyone, all right? Good. But if I say I love the apples in my country, it means those apples in my country and not just apples in general, okay? So that's it. The second use with some nouns. For example, home, school, work, church, all right? After, at, to, and from. That's the main part. After, at, to, and from. So we normally say, I'm going to work, all right? She goes to school every week. The third use with no article. Before meals, days and month. Meals, I mean breakfast, lunch and dinner. Days, I'm talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. And months, I'm talking about January, February, March, April, and so on. So with these, we don't normally use articles. So, for example, see you on Monday, okay? All right, good. I'll meet you on Saturday, okay? That's it. Now to the fourth use. We don't normally use articles before, next, and last. All right, with days and weeks, okay? For example, I saw him last week. See you next Friday. All right? So with those expressions, we don't normally use the articles. Okay, finally, I want to thank all of you who have been supporting me this long. So we now have 200 subscribers, and that's amazing. Like seriously, it's just amazing. Knowing when we all started. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And please write comments on things you would want me to improve or things you would want me to talk about, topics. It's all about English. It's all about helping you to improve your English. So please, questions below in the comment section, and I am going to check them, all right? Okay, but that's all for today. See you next time.